Have you ever wished for a world without conflict? A world where anger, violence, and aggression are just distant memories from history books? It sounds like a utopia, doesn't it? But what if the price for that peace was our very soul? What if, in eradicating our darkest impulses, we also erased our brightest sparks? Today, we're diving deep into a concept that's both fascinating and terrifying. Project Eden. Imagine a near-future Earth, not so different from our own, but teetering on the brink. Wars, crime, and social unrest are at an all-time high. The nightly news is a constant stream of chaos. Humanity is desperate for a solution, a miracle. Enter Dr. Eris Thorne, a brilliant but haunted biotech engineer. Thorne has dedicated his life to one single monumental goal: to cure humanity of its most destructive disease, aggression. He's not just talking about therapy or social programs, he's talking about a biological fix. After years of relentless work, he achieves the impossible. He creates a serum, a simple inoculation that can rewrite a fundamental part of our human nature. This serum is designed to target the neurochemical pathways responsible for rage, hostility, and violence. He calls his creation the Eden Serum. His vision is a new beginning for humanity, a return to a state of grace, a global garden of peace. The initial trials are nothing short of miraculous. In controlled groups, rates of violence plummet to zero, arguments cease. The test subjects become calm, cooperative, and incredibly agreeable. Against the warnings of a few skeptical colleagues who worry about unforeseen consequences, the decision is made: global deployment. The serum is distributed worldwide, administered through water supplies, aerosolized in cities, and added to staple foods. And just like that, the world changes. Wars grind to a halt. Soldiers lay down their arms, not in surrender, but in a state of sudden, placid understanding. Crime rates drop to virtually nothing. Stock market volatility disappears as a newfound sense of calm rationality takes over. The world collectively exhales. Humanity has achieved peace. It's the dawn of a new era. Project Eden is hailed as the single greatest achievement in human history, and Dr. Thorne is celebrated as a savior. But as the weeks turn into months, a subtle creeping unease begins to settle over this new placid world. The peace is absolute, but it's also empty. The first signs are small. A famous rock band, known for their rebellious anthems and raw energy, cancels their world tour. Their new music, they announce, lacks passion. Then, avant-garde art galleries start closing down. The bold, provocative paintings that once challenged society now just seem unnecessary. Artists stare at blank canvases, their creative fire extinguished. The world of business, once driven by competition and ambition, stagnates. Why strive to be the best when being average is so comfortable? The relentless drive for innovation, the desire to build a bigger, better, faster something, has vanished. This is the hidden cost of the Eden Serum. In removing aggression, Dr. Thorne didn't just remove our capacity for violence. He removed the entire spectrum of emotions that fuel our drive: ambition, passion, rivalry, creative frustration, the desperate need to prove oneself. It all stemmed from the same primal wellspring as our anger. Think about it. What drives an athlete to push their body to the absolute limit? It's a competitive fire. What fuels a scientist to spend sleepless nights chasing a breakthrough? It's a burning desire to solve a puzzle, to conquer the unknown. What inspires a poet to craft a heartbreaking sonnet? Often, it's inner turmoil and a passionate response to the world's injustices. The Eden Serum has smoothed over all these rough edges. Humanity has become a sea of tranquility. But a calm sea doesn't produce an E-type Jaguar or a Michelangelo sculpture. It's a society of polite, smiling zombies, going through the motions of life without any of the messy, chaotic, beautiful feelings that make it worth living. Dr. Thorne, the architect of this new world, watches in horror as his utopia reveals itself to be a gilded cage. He wanted to save humanity, not lobotomize it. He sees people living in perfect safety, but without purpose. They are content, but they don't dream. They are peaceful, but they don't create. The fire of human spirit has been reduced to a pilot light. The central theme here is balance. Are we defined by our best qualities, or by the interplay between our light and our darkness? Project Eden poses a chilling question. Is a flawed, passionate, and sometimes dangerous humanity preferable to a safe, placid, and utterly sterile one? It forces us to confront the nature of progress. Is the goal of society to eliminate all risk and discomfort? Or is it to navigate them, to learn from them, to create meaning in spite of them? Dr. Thorne now faces an agonizing choice. Does he try to reverse what he's done? But how do you convince a world that's perfectly content that it needs to feel pain and anger again? How do you reintroduce chaos into a world that has finally found peace, even if it's a hollow peace? Reversing the serum could reignite wars, crime, and all the evils he sought to destroy. But leaving it in place means condemning humanity to a slow, passionless extinction of the soul. This is the core of the thriller. It's not a story about external monsters, but about the monster of unintended consequences. The tension comes from Thorne's race against time and his struggle against a society that doesn't even know it needs to be saved. He's a pariah, a madman trying to bring back the disease everyone celebrated him for curing. The climax wouldn't be a big explosion, but a moral and philosophical one. Does he succeed in reintroducing the flaw into our code? And if he does, what happens next? Does humanity swing back to its old violent ways, proving his initial fears correct? Or does it find a new, more mature balance, having stared into the abyss of its own perfection and chosen a messier, more meaningful existence? Project Eden is a cautionary tale for our age. In our quest for safety, optimization, and the perfect frictionless life, what essential parts of our humanity are we risking? What are we willing to trade for a little peace and quiet? The story suggests that maybe, just maybe, our demons are a part of us for a reason. Maybe our aggression is just the other side of the coin to our passion, our ambition, and our creativity. And maybe, a world without shadows is a world without light. What do you think? Would you take the Eden serum for guaranteed peace? Or is the chaos and passion of our current world a price you're willing to pay for a life fully lived? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. It's a fascinating dilemma to think about. Thanks so much for exploring this idea with me today. If you enjoy thought-provoking concepts and deep dives into storytelling, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. It really helps the channel out. System offline. Story complete.